What's up everyone, Nick here from TechOrb, and on this episode of TechOrb we will be doing our weekly, starting today. I promise that every Friday throughout at least this summer we will be having a weekly update on Fridays about previous tech news through the past week. So this week we're going to be taking a look at a few things. Unfortunately my MacBook is not recognizing the iSight camera, so I cannot record any video. I'm going to have to show you this all on the screen capture. I won't normally do this, we're not going to be doing this, but maybe it is time for me to upgrade to one of these new MacBook Pros. We'll just have to see, so let's get started. Okay, so first of all, I know we didn't make a WWDC recap, but I will be doing some WWDC in this episode of TechOrb. Just kind of the weekly recap of this past week. So first of all, Apple did release some new MacBook Pros, as you can see here. One of them does have a Retina display. It is a very nice display, very fast computer, much faster than the previous model of the MacBook Pro. The screen looks amazing, and you can see here there is a little animation on Apple's website here of the, or maybe not, but there is on another page. But it does have a very high resolution. I'll show you some of the specs here. It has the new Ivy Bridge processors, so it has a 15-inch model, 2880 by 1800 resolution at 220 pixels per inch. It is a very high resolution display. Of course, you can scale it down to the previous, or to smaller versions of this. The base model does, have the 2.3 quad-core i7, and then you can upgrade all the way up to the 2.7 quad-core i7. Comes with 8 gigabytes of RAM, configurable up to 16 gigabytes. Starts with 256 gigabytes of flash storage and 512. Upgradable to 768 gigabytes of flash storage on the high-end version. Intel HD Graphics 4000, NVIDIA 650M 1 gigabyte memory graphics card. So very good graphics, very high resolution display, all that kind of stuff. 720p HD FaceTime camera. It does actually have 2 USB 3 ports. You can see here one on this side and then one on the other side. Also new, it has an HDMI port, 2 Thunderbolt ports, a MagSafe 2 port, which is the new MagSafe. It looks a lot like the original MagSafe found on the original MacBook Pro models, more of the square design. I'm not sure why they're going back to this. It's a little kind of bulky, but I mean it works pretty good. It looks really nice, it looks really slim, and it's pretty cool too. One thing you may notice that it does not have a super drive. That's one of the downsides to this. Otherwise, it's just an awesome computer. You can get the external USB super drive for $79.99, I think, from Apple. I think that's the price of this. It does have good stereo speakers, upgraded from the previous model, a dual microphone, and a dual-use headphone line-in jack. It does only have that. Right here you can actually see the new MagSafe adapter, if I can kind of zoom in here a little bit. Not very good. I know I'd normally not do it this way, but apparently iSight camera isn't loading up. I don't know why it's not doing that. I had some problems with the DVD drive too, so this may be bugging out on me. Anyway, furthermore, the regular MacBook Pros, the 13 and the 15-inch without the Retina display, I did have a few upgrades. They are upgraded to the Ivy Bridge processors, as well as the MacBook Air is also upgraded to the Ivy Bridge processor. Otherwise, everything else is the same, and it is upgraded to USB 3.0. MacBook Air, on the other hand, is exactly the same. It does have 2 USB 3.0 ports, which is much faster than USB 2.0, obviously. I know this is really kind of not the way that I want to do this, but I can't really show you what I have written out for like the script thing that I'm reading, or that I originally prepared, so I kind of just have to do it like this. It does have the i7 and i5 processors. Um, they are Ivy Bridge, which is a good upgrade. So you can get a 1.7 dual-core i5 or a 1.8 dual-core i5. It is configurable up to a 2.0 gigahertz i7, Turbo Boost 3.2. MacBook Pros also do have Turbo Boost now as well. 720p HD FaceTime camera, one Thunderbolt port, two USB 3.0, MagSafe 2. The old MacBook Pros do have the current MagSafe, the original, or MagSafe 1, which is like the long, thin version, I guess you could say, that is found on current MacBook Pros, previous MacBook Pros, and the unibody MacBook and previous generations of MacBook Air, the most recent versions. Also, Apple did talk a little bit about iOS 6 at WWDC. So there are some new features within iOS 6. Now I have to find it here. Usually would go a lot faster than this. We'll see next week if our iSight camera is working. Otherwise, I'll have to get the film camera out, which we are filming the Orb with, which you can check out at greatlakestudios.com. If you're interested, if you do like short films, while I'm getting this to the iOS 6 page here to show you guys some stuff. It's about, I don't know, it's going to be about 40 minutes. We'll have it on the website and stuff. Release information coming soon, so be sure to check that out. Great Lake Studios linked down in the description if you're wondering. So here we are with iOS 6. It does have a new Maps, more Siri integration. It does have the Apple Maps with this flyover thing, which you can see 3D versions of some cities and some objects and stuff. It does have turn-by-turn navigation spoken by Siri. That is one of the nice features. Obviously, turn-by-turn navigation does have traffic and accidents and construction and stuff. Siri can do restaurant, sports, and movies now, so you can ask it sports scores, you can ask it movie stuff. So for instance, you can ask it, when will the Giants play the Dodgers? The Giants-Dodgers game is June 25th at 7:15 p.m. It'll show you the TV channels and all that kind of stuff. Ask movie times, movie ratings, restaurants, nearby restaurants, ratings on restaurants with OpenTable, and also movies with Rotten Tomatoes for the movie reviews. Facebook integration, like Twitter integration, works pretty much anywhere. A lot of new sharing features. Obviously here there's a new sharing window right here built into iOS 6. Contacts, calendars, basically the same thing. You can like apps and songs through Facebook, which is kind of cool. Shared photo streams, you can share your photo streams. Not that important. I don't use photo streams because I personally don't want to upgrade iPhoto on my Mac because it's kind of pointless just to get that, and I can just sync it via photo importer or whatever that's called built into the Mac OS. Also, Passbook puts all your ticketing passes and stuff together. Pretty cool if you have a lot of them. If you don't have a lot, it probably won't be too useful. It can update stuff, so if your gate changes on this United flight, for example, your gate will change. Also, FaceTime over cellular, so on your iPhone 4S, you'll be able to do it over cellular. Most likely this is a kickstart for the iPhone 5, which will support 4G for FaceTime over cellular. Also, phone, you can reply with message or remind me later. Pretty self-explanatory here, a lot like Android. So you can do that. Do not disturb, no calls, messages, or anything within a certain period of time, or just whenever you have the box checked. Pretty cool at night if you don't want to be woken up, unless repeated calls, the second call will come through. Mail VIP box, not going to go over this right now. Big feature, import photos or video right into the Compose window. Safari, iCloud tab, see what's open on your other things, offline reader list, full screen landscape, or full screen Safari browsing on your iPhone in landscape view. Some accessibility stuff here. We'll look at that later. Remodeled stores, just looks a little bit different colors, that's it. So here are your devices, 3GS, 4S, 4th generation iPod, iPad 2, and the new iPad. That's pretty much it, I guess, for what WWDC was. Some Mountain Lion stuff, just basically adding the Facebook integration into Mountain Lion. That's pretty much it. Also, we have another story here. I just had to get this from here. Microsoft has a major announcement on Monday. That's this Monday, June 18th. I'm talking about something, probably some sort of, we're not entirely sure. Some sort of tablet things, we're not sure, but we'll probably talk about this in next Friday's. If it's a big event, we'll talk about this next Friday in our weekly recap. Also, Apple has filed a patent for an iPhone with a swappable lens. So this will be very good for you mobile photographers who want to change your lens. Apple does actually apply for a lot of patents. Probably only, I'd say, 5% of them actually, happen. They just file these patents because they don't obviously want anybody else doing this nice feature. They do have some lenses, magnetic lenses, that you can already put on your phone. So that's pretty much it for this weekly update, or this Friday's update, the 15th of June, I think. I think it's the 15th of June. So we'll see you next week, next Friday, for sure. There will be no more, since it is summer now and we have a lot more time. It will be next Friday. We'll have a weekly recap, hopefully covering Microsoft's big announcement, as well as some other news that does come up. We'll probably have some Android news. Just another thing, somebody did report that iOS 6 actually does have more people running it, the beta version, than Android 4.0. That's just a kind of fun fact to put out for you guys. I do know that the beta did come out on Tuesday after the keynote for developers. Apparently more people are running that beta than Android 4.0 Ice Cream Sandwich, which is kind of interesting. So we'll see you guys next week, hopefully with a video on the iSight camera. I don't like doing this because it kind of just looks weird. Because usually I do like to write my own script and stuff. So otherwise, I'll put together a keynote presentation or something and just kind of go through that. Other than that, we'll see you guys next Friday for sure, in the morning probably, or midday, with some weekly recaps. So we'll see you then.